Hi, it's Margie from Margelous Creations, and welcome to my Learn to Crochet videos. In this video, we're going to go over how to do the solid granny square. So you can start with your slip stitch and chaining 3. And then you want to join that chain 3 as a circle. So I like to stick my finger in that hole so that I can make sure where I'm going to be working, so I don't accidentally work into a chain. So then you're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, and you're going to work into that center hole here. I also like working over my tail, and then you can see that's where we start. So then just kind of keep your finger there, and that's where we're going. Or you can start with a quick ring, or it's also called a magic loop, magic circle, whatever you want to call it. So it's basically just like doing a slip stitch, but then you don't close that hole. Okay, and then just gonna chain my 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then working into that bigger loop. This gives you a bigger section to use, but you have to make sure you're working over your tail. And that's very important when you come to closing it off. Okay, so either way you started it, at this point we've got our chain 5 and our double crochet, 1 double crochet. So we need to do 2 more double crochet right now. 1, 2. Okay. Now, this is going to form our first side here. So now we need to do a corner. So we do chain 2. So our chain 2 is going to be our corner. And this will be the start of our repeat. So we're going to double crochet 3, chain 2. So there's our 3 double crochet. That forms our second side. Okay, I'm just going to untangle my little loop here and just kind of pull on. You see how when I pull on that tail, it tightens that magic loop, that quick ring. So then chain 2, because that's at my corner, and double crochet 3. Okay. So you can actually see at this point, this looks a lot better this way. So you can see how that first chain 5 actually forms a corner. So we've actually got 3 corners done. We're working on our last 4th corner. So chain 2, and then we're working on our last edge. So the thing with most double crochets is your starting chain usually counts as a double crochet. So the first 3 stitches, the first 3 loops of this chain count as a double crochet, and then the last 2 count as that chain space. So this is 1 double crochet on this side, so we need 2 more in this section on this edge. So 2 double crochet, and then we're going to be joining to the top of the 3rd chain. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, with a slip stitch. Okay, and at this point, I like to grab my tail and give it a tug. So you can either pull it completely tight so you have no gap in the center, but personally I like just a tiny center, a tiny hole, and so I either stick the end, if I'm working with a regular crochet hook, I stick the end in, but I'm using my Furls Odyssey, so I'm just going to stick it in here and tighten it around that so it's got a solid shape. So all my centers of my solid granny squares are going to be exactly the same. Okay, so you can carry that loop up and work over it, but you don't have to. So now we finished our first row, so we're going to be starting on our second row. I always like doing my solid granny squares like this because you start with your thing in the corner. So what we need to do since we're at the top of that double crochet, we actually need to slip stitch into the corner, so around that chain, and do one more slip stitch. Okay, and now we're starting our row by chaining 5. 1, 2, 3. So that first 3 would count as a double crochet. 1, 2 is our chain 2 for our corner. We're going to be working back into this corner space here, and we're going to be doing 2 double crochet. 1, 2. So then we double crochet in each stitch that we see. So there's 1, 2, 3 double crochet. So we need to double crochet 3 going this way. That brings us to our corner. So in our corner stitches, we're going to be doing multiple stitches in the same one. So we're going to be doing 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet into that corner space. So I've got 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So that's basically what we do around, is we double crochet 3 because we're double crocheting into the double crochets of the last round. And then in our corner stitches, we're doing our corner, which is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So we're on our last side here. So that chain counts as a double crochet, right? So we've got 1 double crochet to go here, 1 to go here, and 1 to go at the top of that chain. We still have to double crochet 3 along this side. Okay, and then remember, the first 3 of this chain counts as a double crochet. So that's part of our corner done. So in our corner, we have our double crochet, which is our starting chain, chain 2, and then 2 double crochet. So we need to do 1 more double crochet into this corner to complete that corner stitch. And then we slip stitch joint into the top of that 3rd chain. So you can see here, if you grab each corner, we're getting a nice corner happening here. Let's start the round 3. So we slip stitch into the corner space, chain 5, yarn over, and we do 2 double crochet into the corner stitch. So now we're going to double crochet in each of the stitches here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets from the last row that we need to work into. So we need to double crochet 7 across here in between the 2 corners. And then in our corner stitch, we do our corner stitch. The corner stitch is always 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So then we repeat that around, working into each double crochet of the last row. So we're going to double crochet 7 and then our corner stitches. So then we're on our last edge. So again, we have 7 stitches here. So we just crochet our 7, or we double crochet 7 across. We're at our starting corner. So if you ever forget, remember the corner stitches always needs 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So you can easily see here, we've only got our chain counts as a double crochet. So we've only actually got 3 double crochet in here. So we need to finish this row off with 1 double crochet into that corner space and then slip stitch to the top of that chain 3. Okay, and then we slip stitch over into the corner. So you can see we've got 3 rows. So 1, 2, 3. And in each row, our increases are always at our corner. And then we double crochet in each of the double crochets from the previous row. So you're always going to be increasing the numbers of your rows of your stitches. So you just continue double crocheting across, and your increases are always in your corner. So it's a pretty simple pattern to follow. But let's just do one more round, because then that size will be the same size as the other blocks that I tend to make, and then you can put all the blocks together. So we've got our chain 5, 2 double crochet. So last row we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need to double crochet 11 across this row. Okay, and if you're ever not sure if you've done it or not, it takes but a moment to go back and count your stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's right. So then we're in our corner. Corner stitch is always 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, and that brings us back to our corner. So we just do one more double crochet into the corner, and then slip stitch join to the top of that chain 3. So that gives us a really nice square. And like I said, you can continue this, continue building this as big as you want, just by making sure you're doing the same amount of stitches across as you have total stitches, including the corners, from the previous round. And your increases are always at your corners. And this block is really nice when you start it with the 3 in the center, because then it lays really flat. If you're only doing a single round of square, I like doing 4 double crochets in each side to start off with, because that just makes it a little bit more fuller if you're just doing one row for like a graph blanket. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it really helped you guys learn something new. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to be posting a lot more videos. So yeah, I guess you guys will see me on the next video. Bye. Did you die? No. Are you okay?